Hello, my name is Andrew Hutchison, and I'm here today to talk about 3 problems affecting our world today. The 3 problems I want to talk about are superbugs, gene technology not being used, and the way human regeneration works. I'm going to start with superbugs. A well-known superbug is E. coli. These superbugs appeared because of overuse of antibiotics like penicillin. Penicillin was a revolutionary weapon against bacteria, but due to overuse, antibiotics are now killing people. And because they're resistant to antibiotics, we don't really have a way to fight back. So if antibiotics aren't working as they should, what should we use? I propose that we use phages. Phages are viruses, and they're the smallest killers on planet Earth. But they're very good for you. They're inside you right now. They hunt bacteria, very specific types of bacteria. They inject bacteria with their DNA, which causes the bacteria to swell and eventually explode with more phages. Phages kill 40% of ocean bacteria every day, showing how effective they are. They are the most effective killing machines on the planet, and they can't even harm us. Our body cells are so different that they can't even attack them. Phages have been used in a process called phage therapy, which has saved many patients' lives. Phage therapy saved a man who, his name wasn't given, but he had a very bad infection in his chest, and antibiotics weren't working. So, as a last resort, he decided to use phage therapy along with antibiotics. Once this was used, he was cured in 3 days, and he is living peacefully now. I feel that if we spread the word of phages, they can become our new antibiotics. And it won't be the same thing as the bacteria becomes resistant to phages. Again, if they become resistant to phages, they'll lose their resistance to antibiotics, so we can get them going, phages or antibiotics in that way. I feel that if we use them, we can have a better way of curing bacteria. That's the first problem taken care of with the solution, so let's move on to the second one, gene technology not being used. Genetic engineering is the process of editing genes or DNA. In this current age, we can use a system called CRISPR to edit genes and DNA. CRISPR is this thing found in some organisms that allows for strands of DNA to be changed in whatever way we want. Scientists use CRISPR on mosquitoes to make them not carry the malaria virus. These mosquitoes would breed with other mosquitoes and pass down their DNA so that some of the future generation will not be able to carry malaria. If we can use genetic engineering on mosquitoes to not let them carry malaria, we can use it on ourselves. We can make ourselves better in some areas, stronger, smarter. We can make ourselves more resistant to the heat or cold, or make us immune to some genetic diseases. While it will be very expensive, so we need to start getting federal funding and start running clinical trials so we can eventually get this a system that we can start using more effectively in the future. And that is the second problem with the solution. So let's move on to the final and third problem, the way human regeneration works. If you get a cut or scrape, you'll start to heal through stem cells, and eventually it'll heal your skin, though there might be a scar. However, if you lose flesh, like getting a limb cut off, it will not grow back. And if you lose an organ, it will not come back either. So as the solution, I say we use stem cell cloning. Those are stem cells. The way it works is that you take a tissue sample of an organ or skin or whatever you want to use, you put a sample on an unfertilized egg from a donor, then the egg begins to change in order to become that tissue's original state. Like a heart sample will become a heart. Well, stem cells could be used for future organ transplants. It would be more effective because the body wouldn't reject it. It's part of itself. And it would always fit you because, once again, it is your organ sample. They would be a more effective means. If you don't, and we don't even have to only use stem cell cloning for this, we can also use the gene of axolotls. Axolotls are little Mexican salamanders that can regenerate their limbs. You can cut off their limbs, arms, legs, parts of their heart, their spinal cord, and some parts of the brain, and they will regrow them in due time. Scientists have acquired the full genome of the axolotl, and if we can acquire the genome of these certain types of worms that can be regenerated from any piece that is cut off, we could use CRISPR to add it to our cells so we could start regenerating more effectively. These could fix our problem of human regeneration we have today. Now, it's not as simple as that, but I feel with future research experiments, clinical trials, and federal funding, this idea could become a reality faster. This is what I hope to spread to make this world a better place. I feel that if we discuss this and get it out there, it can become it can make a better world for all of us. Thank you for your time. Good day.